Grayson. If you are new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. If you have not already, super pretty please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notified when I post, and also leave this video a like if you're feeling it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram already, please head over and follow me on Instagram. I do a bunch of super fun makeup stuff and pretty much am posting every day over there. And now that we got all that fun stuff out of the way, we're going to just hop right into today's video. So we are doing a foundation review wear time test video today, and we are going to be using the new Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I'm really excited for this because I need something, because I'm very much like your CC BB cream kind of girl, tinted moisturizer, skin tint, all that business, but I am wanting something as far as foundation that I can wear on more glam days, or if I have something special to do, and I don't want to be cake face, oily, all that business. So this foundation, I have my other phone handy, and we're going to see what the claims are here. So it retails for $40, which I did buy the full size. I'm not sure if they have testers. I feel like they were doing testers with certain purchases, but it is $40, and we have 1.5 ounces, 45 milliliters of product. And they do offer, this is on Sephora, and they do offer Klarna, so you can do installments if you wanted to purchase this. And it says here, we have a 16-hour oxidation resistant foundation that balances oil while maintaining a hydrated skin-like finish, protects from pollution and blue light, and the coverage is supposed to be full, and the finish is matte, and then the formulation is obviously liquid, and then the skin type says normal, dry, combination, and oily. I'm kind of wondering, because I have seen a few people using this and say that it's very, very matte, so I'm kind of wondering on that whole, it says every skin type, I'm wondering if that's true. But I'm super duper oily, so I am combination, but I'm definitely leaning oily. I get dry spots and things like that. My under eyes are more dry usually, but majority I am mega oily, and I'm talking my oils will just break through everything. So this says, what else you need to know? It just says it's supposed to be comfortable. I think I read also somewhere, because it says oxidation resistant, so hopefully it doesn't change colors on us. But the shade that I got is Mont Blanc, and it's the light 2 for fair skin with neutral undertones. Every time I purchase any sort of skin product, it's fair neutral undertones, so I just went with what I usually do. And the packaging is super nice. So this box is your nice soft touch matte black, and the bottle, it looks like this. It's just plastic, but it's got a very soft touch feel all over it, and it just says Nars. So very sleek, clean packaging. I have already primed my face as I normally would with my acai face milk from 43 Beauty and my blurring primer from Laura Mercier. So I'm already primed, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put some concealer on my little areas that I needed. I have a couple of little acne scars right now, so I'm just gonna take my stick concealer, and I'm gonna do the Michaela trick where I just stick it on, but I'm not gonna blend it out. And then we're just gonna go in over top with the foundation. I am going to do one side of the face with my Love is in the foundation, right? Love is the foundation brush from It, and this is my favorite foundation brush, so this is what I normally would use. And then I am gonna also do one side with a beauty blender. I am not big on strictly blending with the beauty blender. I usually do my brush and then blend out any sort of streaks or anything with the beauty blender, but I know a lot of people do strictly apply their stuff with a beauty blender, so I am gonna do half of my face with just the sponge. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in and get started on this foundation. Also, guys, I've adjusted the lighting as best as possible. We are having rain from lovely tropical storm Beta over here, so the sun is not here, and I was looking really ghostly. So I have like my warmer ring light on, and I have everything like adjusted to the best of my ability. So I'm sorry if I'm looking crazy. But so here's our nice like fat lid that came off of here, and then we just have a tube here. I'm usually very much like a straight onto the face person, but I really just want to see. Okay, so it is a little bit more liquidy, which I'm happy about because I do not like anything that's too thick. So I'm going to do this side of my face with a brush, and now that I know what the consistency is, I am just gonna, I go straight on the face. I know some people are like, I don't do that, whatever. So you do not have to do it that way, but I'm going to just blend her out. Oh yeah, shade is perfect. I'm so glad, honestly, that I have an easy face shade and undertones to deal with, because I can get a lot of things right, especially even if I'm like shopping online. So far, right off the bat, I wouldn't immediately say full coverage. Like, it says the coverage is full, and it is covering a lot. But I would dare to like say medium, and I didn't use a lot. So you could probably build it up. But I honestly, you can see how it like covered up all my redness and everything. And it is very matte, but it's not doing anything too terrible. It's clinging a little bit in my dry spots, like up in my forehead area. I'm using my forehead scar as my like middle of my head marker. But I'm just gonna do what I would normally do, where I need like a little bit more blending in my forehead area and like around my nose. This, because I'm actually always one of those people that I kind of take a Q-tip into my nose area and kind of remove a little bit of product and then re-blend it out really thin, because otherwise it's just not gonna look right. I feel like it's going into my pores a little bit. I'm not a bit, like I said, I want to have a foundation that I really like to wear, but foundations just don't ever like do what I want them to do. But so far, it's not terrible. So let's do the side where we're just gonna blend with a sponge and see if that is better for us. This is a clean beauty blender. She's just seen some things and she's stained, but she's freshly cleaned. I can already tell right off the bat that I don't like doing this with just the sponge. I'm just not just a sponge person, and like I honestly, it's hard to tell on camera, but I can see that like I got more coverage with the brush than I am getting with the sponge. And this is like a classic like beauty blender, so this isn't like any other brand or anything, and it's absorbing the product, so it's not doing a super lovely job. It's not the worst in the world, but I just much rather do my brush situation, to be completely honest. I like I said, I like to buff things out with the sponge, but I like to apply directly with the brush. But it did cover up my spots pretty good. I feel like my little acne situation doesn't look as bad. I might honestly, because I can tell the difference in the coverage, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more on this sponge side, since we did lose some of that product in the sponge. But so far I like the fact that this, like, it is covering a lot, but it's not one of those full coverage foundations that's super thick and making me feel like overwhelmed. Like, I feel like some full coverage, especially for someone like me who's not big on foundation anyway, like, I get overwhelmed with like too much coverage all at once, and this is nice and like buildable and not anything too crazy. Like, I expected it to come out of the bottle a lot thicker than it did, and it didn't, which I'm so happy about. So there we are with both sides. I just have to remember, I did brush on this side, sponge on this side. Brush on the left, sponge on the right. So I have to remember. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and conceal and set my face like I normally would. So again, with my stick crayon concealer, I like to go under the eye, like so. And then I take my liquid concealer and do this. And then we're gonna take our Tati Baby Blendiful. Concealer actually went like super nice over the foundation, blended out super easy. And then I'm just immediately setting my under eye, or we will just crease almost immediately. I don't go like many places, but we are having rain and a lot of humidity here in Houston, so I do have to run like one errand today, and so I will be venturing outside. So on one of our check-ins, we will be able to see if my oils have broke through this foundation, if the humidity has given us any weirdness. So we should be getting like a good wear test. I'm gonna do like I usually do, like every 3 hours up until I'm gonna bathe and take it off. I will check in. I just look so ghostly. I can't wait to bronze a little bit. So now that we're concealed, I'm going to set the rest of my face. I usually set all over my face with powder because I am so oily, and I just feel like I really don't want anything to move or crease. And then I'm going to just finish up my face off camera, and then I'll jump back in and I'll let y'all know how like bronzer and everything applied over it and let y'all see. And then we will come back again 3 hours from then for our first check-in, but I'm gonna go ahead and just like finish my whole face of makeup, and I will be right back. Okay guys, here we are with the full face on. Everything went on top of the foundation super nicely. It is 1:12 right now in the afternoon, so we're just gonna call it 1:15, like now that we have full face, like boom, done. Apparently my journey today was very like nude and mauve, like mauve-y situation, so that's where we ended up on that. But bronzer, blush, highlight, everything went on nice. I did notice that I had a little bit of clinging like right in here, but stuff is always really weird around my nose, so I'm not writing it off yet, because usually like I'll do my makeup and I do everything very matte because of how oily I am, and then as my oils come back and kind of join the party, it kind of helps everything to like mesh in. So probably in a few hours by our first check-in, I'll be able to see if any of that has changed, so we're going to do that. But for now, we're here with the finished face. I feel better with some color on my face now. I look a lot better in person. Like I said, I've tried to adjust this lighting, but it's just being a mess with the overcastness that's going on outside. But I think that this looks really pretty. Like right now, I feel like my skin looks really nice. It's nice and matte, but it's not like cakey and like to the point where I feel weird about it. So that's saying a lot coming from someone who does not wear foundation regularly. So yeah, I think it looks good so far upon first application. And I will see you guys in 3 hours for our first check-in to see where we are at. See you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so I decided to change the time. Usually I do every 3 hours, but since I got my makeup on a little later today, I wanted to do 2-hour check-ins so we can get every 2 hours and get like 3 check-ins before this comes off. It's not as bad as other things I've used, where usually in like 2 hours I'm super oily, but I was really anticipating this to be like no oil, but I definitely, and it's hard to tell on camera, but I'm definitely like shiny, but it's not so bad. And those areas where it was kind of clinging, now that my oils have broke through, have kind of set in. And the only place it looks a little bit like crepey is like around my chin. So normally whenever I touch up my makeup, I just take my beauty sponge and I'll go in and dab. So at the first check-in, we're gonna do a little dab touch up, which then looks great whenever just dab the oils off. But for this being like, everyone was saying it was so matte and it claiming that it has oil control, it's a little disappointing to me. I do love my my eye makeup. I love my eye makeup today, but it's not bad. My skin doesn't look bad. It looks really nice, but my oils definitely just within those first 2 hours broke through, and I did end up going and running my errand, and I went out into the humidity and the rain, and was just kind of surprised, you know. I know I'm very oily, but I was just anticipating this to be less oily. Let me see if I can lower the brightness a little bit more, and so y'all can see my skin a little better. But you can see this is like where it kind of looks a little interesting down in my chin area, but that's where we're at this moment in time, and I will see you guys in another 2 hours. Okay guys, so here we are at check-in number 2. This is 4 hours in. I am in a different shirt because I got hot in my sweater, but that's besides the point. But I don't like what's happening in this area of my face right now. So I'm gonna try to zoom y'all in a little bit. I feel like, I don't know if you can see, but like right here, it's like, it's disappeared almost. And like everything has collected in here. And then all of this got really dry and like crepey and like flaky and weird. And then like also it's like bunched up into my smile lines a lot, and I set everything. My forehead doesn't look too bad. Like a little bit of oils. I've been in the house for the past couple of hours, so like that, my forehead doesn't look bad, and it hasn't like creased up in my forehead wrinkle or anything. But this is like not a fun time. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna take the beauty blender and hit it with some dewy setting spray. This is the Morphe Luminous Mist, and I'm gonna try to like dab some of that in the bottom of here. But obviously, since I'm like wearing this and then each check-in I'm finding something wrong and then like trying to touch it up and fix it, that's not a good sign to me. But I literally feel like everything from like right there just like disappeared off my face, like melted off my face. And it makes me sad because I wanna, you know, of course I wanna like it. Everybody seems to be having these like, oh my god, my skin looks flawless moments with this, and I am just not having that. And like, I'm trying to be, you know, honest with you, because obviously this could be working great for some people and not great for others, but I feel like people are gonna see, you know, soft matte and oil control and things like that and be like, okay, I'm oily, I need oil control. And that's like kind of where I was at, but I feel like it's maybe controlling a little bit, but not very much. And then the way my oil kind of ate through and like disappeared on my chin, and then where I do have some like drier areas, it's just really clinging. I don't super love that. And like, I'm not going to switch up everything I do to like make a product work. So the way that I prime and everything, like that's what I like to do for my skin. So I could say that maybe I could try doing more, since it's a matte, to do more of a moisturizing primer. Like I did my acai face milk, which is moisturizing, but I could maybe try some other sort of primer and then do like matte in my T-zone, and maybe see like on another, we could try it again, which like I'm obviously not going to do like one and done, but these are all just my first impressions on the first day of wearing it and seeing how it wears. And I'm not like totally disappointed. I've been way more disappointed by other products, but I'm not totally like, oh my god, this is fantastic. So it is now like, I don't even know, what is it, 5:37. So it's getting later, and for me, in the next couple of hours after our last check-in, I'll be ready to take my shower and be done for the evening. So I'll come back for that last check-in and we'll see how it looks at the end of my day, and that'll be a 6-hour wear test for this and see what we think. But if it's already not going great within the first 4 hours, I don't know about 16-hour wear. That's all I'm saying. So I did some little touch-ups here. Doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. And I will see you guys back again for our 6-hour check-in. See you in a bit. Okay guys, we are at hour 6 and our last check-in that I'm going to do today. So I just cooked dinner, so I was like in front of a hot stove and all that business. And I've got a little bit of my oils going, but I will say it's nothing compared to other products. Like whenever I do a BB cream or a CC cream, I would definitely have a lot more oil, and it does give that skin-like finish, and everything looks really, really good from like here up. I feel like the only area that I really had like a bigger issue with was my chin, and like how it kind of disappeared off my chin there, so that's a little displeasing. But honestly, it doesn't look terribly bad. I'm not like 100% in love with it, but I'm also not like, oh, this is total garbage and I'm not gonna ever use it again, because some stuff I go in and like hate it. So some things are like automatic big fat no, and just like toss it in the trash basically, and this is not that at all. So I will be trying it again, and I'll probably do my entire face with a brush, because I can say I like the side of the face that I use the brush for a lot better than the sponge half of the face. So that's a little tidbit on that. But everything stayed pretty well. It like bunched up a little, but it didn't really break up too bad. Usually I will have like a bunched up little bit of product in kind of like my nose crease area, and my handy dandy Q-tips usually come in handy for that. I'll go like and have little bits of product, but honestly there's like the tiniest bit. It's actually like way less than my usual situation that I normally have. So I usually just do like that, so you can see that little bit of product that like bunched up in there, but I've had way worse and way more, and usually it's actually a lot more noticeable. So I can't complain about that too much. So all in all, for being a like foundation that covered so much, it didn't make me feel super cakey. And like I said, the only place I got a little weird was down in here, and I feel like maybe if I moisturized a little extra in those dry areas, it would lay a little better over top of those. But all in all, I would give it, if I had to like put it on a scale, I'd give it like a 7 or an 8, and if I had to like grade it as of right now, I'd give it like a B. So that's like a couple different little scales for that. But all in all, I don't hate my face. Like I feel like I look I look pretty, I look fine. Just like me going in and really like paying attention to my foundation and nitpicking it, those were just some little things where I wasn't like super in love with it, but I'm not mad at it. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you're not like, oh, it seems like she really doesn't like it. But it's hard to tell things really off of like very first, you know, impressions. But these were my first like full first day impressions and first things that I noticed. But it is a very nice foundation. I've never tried a foundation that claimed to be full coverage that I liked. Usually I'm very much light coverage, so like I love the Benefit Soft Blur foundation. This was one of my favorite foundations of all time, and that consistency almost reminded me of the consistency of this, but this had more coverage, so I was actually very pleased with that. So like I said, I would give it like, I would say probably 8. I would give it 8 out of 10, and like from, you know, if I was grading it like a paper, it'd be like a B as of right now. And I'll have to try it out a little bit more, and I'll try to maybe update if I wear it more over on Instagram. So make sure you head over and follow me on my Instagram if you want to catch different product updates. Every once in a while I'll post something to my story giving updates like that, since I can't really like update again for this particular video. But it's a 16-hour foundation. I know that like I only got 6 hours out of it, but that's just kind of how my days work. But 6 hours out of 16, not too terribly shabby, but you can really tell if you're gonna like something or not within the first like few hours, or at least I know I can. So for me, it wasn't terrible, wasn't bad at all, and I will keep wearing it and see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.